The reason why certain content does really well is because you can tell that the person actually enjoys it. There is something that is really beautiful to witness the energetic exchange of somebody doing the things that they love doing and not feeling pressured to do it. So one thing that I want you to remember, you can create success in your marketing without having to go by the rule book. I have built an 8-figure business by just doing what makes me feel good. I want to give you a permission slip to be able to figure out what type of content feels the best for you. Welcome to the Jamie C Show. I am so excited that you're here. If you have ever wanted to understand why some specific marketing kind of gives you the ick and some makes you feel really excited, or if marketing doesn't even make you feel great at all, that's totally fine. Honestly, I've been there. Get it. Today's episode is hopefully going to give you the permission slip that you need. And then also we're going to be sharing some actionable steps that you can take moving forward so that you can market your business, market your movement, your mission in a way that feels most aligned to you. So I want to share a personal story first, and then I want to get into some actionable steps. So when I first started creating content, actually, fun fact, we actually just mapped this out. I think it was on July 21st, it had been 4,466 days that I had been creating content. I had been creating content since I started building my business when my daughter was like 4 months old. What I've learned about creating content is you have to make a process that feels sustainable to you and something that feels fun, because if you feel any ounce of pressure, if you feel any ounce of like, this feels like something I have to do or should do, or I'm doing it to just make a sale, or I'm doing it to just get opt-ins, it can start to feel kind of heavy, and it can actually create more nervous system dysregulation than we would like. So what I would like to share is being able to first give you the permission slip of certain people are not supposed to create certain content. And what I mean by that is you know what feels good and what doesn't. So for example, for me, my favorite type of content to ever create is like random riffs. Like you'll see me in the car, chronically crying on the internet. You'll see me just doing some random teaching, taking one concept and breaking it down. I'm trying to inspire you. I'm usually like laying in bed. The lighting is kind of terrible. And I have built an 8-figure business by just doing what makes me feel good. I want to give you a permission slip to be able to figure out what type of content feels the best for you. I'm not a carousel girly. I don't even like making carousels. Honestly, it feels like too much work. Some people love it. And I want to give you this idea too. Think about all of the successful people who have businesses. There's some people that just have carousels on their page and they're successful. Some people, highly edited podcast shows. Other people, it's interviews. It's maybe more performative, like acting things. And some people are just random riffs on the internet. Some people are more teaching style. At the end of the day, the reason why certain content does really well is because you can tell that the person actually enjoys it. There is something that is really beautiful to witness the energetic exchange of somebody doing the things that they love doing and not feeling pressured to do it. So one thing that I want you to remember is that you can create success in your marketing without having to go by the rule book. And what I want you to do moving forward is to think about all the times that you felt pressure to create content, all the time that you felt pressure to have to follow a rule, or to have to do a hook in a certain way, or to capture someone's attention in the quickest way, or to have the best microphone, or have different lighting, especially the type of things that you might be consuming that's like, this kind of marketing is dead, or this kind of marketing is dead. That is all going to create nervous system dysregulation, making you feel like, number one, you're doing something wrong, that you should be doing something else, that you're not following the rules, and that you're not going to get the results that you want. But truthfully, the best marketing is the marketing that feels most fun. And a lot of times we haven't even given ourselves the ability to even discover what that is. And what I would love for you to start to do moving forward is just to kind of do a little bit of an energy audit. This is something that I really, really enjoy. Is anytime that I am creating any kind of content, I am trying to figure out, number one, what part of the day do I feel like I'm most lit up, that I have the most amount of energy? And I want to create in those brackets of the day. I don't want to try to push everything in front of those hours or try to make something else happen in that amount of time and then maybe push marketing to the end of the day when I'm tired. I want to find the amount of time that feels best and that I feel most creative. Normally that's when I'm on a walk, when I'm driving and I like pop the car and like I will honestly, That is more times than I'd even like to admit. I've literally been driving and I've pulled off on the side of the road because something has come in and I'm like, I have to record right now. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to get into the energy of what this message needs to say, if that makes sense. And the second you start to find out what kind of content you like to do, whether that's random riffs, whether that's carousels, whether it's long form content, whether it's you loving to do podcasts and breaking up pieces of those podcasts and putting them on the internet for your marketing, that works too. So just know that all marketing can work as long as you are enjoying it. And anytime that you are kind of consuming that type of content that makes you feel like you're behind or you're not doing enough, to really be mindful of protecting your energy and being able to find out what works best for you. Inside of my membership, the broadcast room, I actually break down, there's 4 specific archetypes. There's the voice, there's the guide, there's the curator, and the Firestarter. And there's a fusion of different types of archetypes that you can kind of embody. Some people embody all 4. Some people have like a dominant 1 or 2. I feel like I'm a dominant voice and guide, which I'll explain in just a moment. And when you figure out what your dominant archetype is, those archetypes generally have a rule of thumb where these are generally the types of content that people love to create when they're this type of archetype. And then from there, once you are able to figure out what that is, I actually have a quiz down below. If you're curious which one you are, you can go ahead and figure that out. And we'll give you what type of content you most likely are drawn to creating. And from there, inside the broadcast room, we expound on your actual core archetype creator codes, which is essentially kind of like the, how do we want to say this? It's kind of like what moves your message. It's the energy behind how you say things. So you could have 2 kind of similar archetypes, but different energy codes, and you can experience them very differently. These actually are very similar parallels to maybe human design if you're used to that. And they really help you step into the voice that you've always were born with and coming back to. The rule book, honestly, is something that is probably going to create more dysregulation than feeling supportive. So just recognize what feels really good for you, recognize what doesn't feel good for you, and be able to give yourself the permission that you need to be able to follow the type of creation that feels good. So I'm going to go through some of the core themes of the archetypes so that you can kind of get a feel for it. I am a voice and a guide. So voice is like random riffs, like you love to pull up the camera and just say what you want to say. It's very empowering. It's very vulnerable. There's softness to it. Yeah, they generally are the type of people that are just going to pull up the phone and use their voice. Like their voice is their superpower. And then we have the guide, who are more of the teachers, right? These people think more in like strategies and frameworks, and they love to bring people through a way of maybe digesting larger concepts into more digestible bits. And then we have the curator. So this is all intentionality. Your superpower is really, your content should feel like art, is essentially, you're out of alignment when you're creating out of this forceful energy and it doesn't feel intentional. Whether this is through aesthetic or storytelling, there is this energy of emotion that you want people to feel and experience with either a story that you're saying or with the visual aspect of it. And one thing that people kind of get a little twisted with the curator is like that they don't maybe identify with the aesthetic aspect of it. They're like, well, I don't really see myself as an aesthetic person, but you are probably going to get that quiz result if you are a storyteller or you really are mindful of how you want people to feel and move through an experience. You really want to create a feeling of embodiment with the words that you're saying. So that would be the curator. The Firestarter is bold intentionality. It's hot takes. It's kind of breaking the mold. It's saying things that most people are afraid to say out loud. You don't necessarily embody this, like with the Firestarter, it's not necessarily like this loud, abrasive energy. It's more like, I want to empower you to see things differently. I want to say things that are going to spark and ignite something in you. And that is the type of feeling that you really give if you are a Firestarter. And we have a lot of people inside of the broadcast room actually that are closet Firestarters. They've actually said that. They're like, I was told my entire life that I was too loud or too much, and I've always quieted myself down. And I really am truly, to my core, a Firestarter. So we're giving them the tools through nervous system regulation and visibility work to be able to really come home to creating the content that makes them feel like the most them. So Again, this is just your permission slip to know that you most likely, not you most likely, you actually have an archetype that is living within you that you were born with. And the broadcast room and the quiz will actually help you bring that to life. Also, just want to say this is kind of dropping in. The way that marketing, I think, has kind of missed the mark a bit is really missing how supportive assets need to be had for people being seen on camera, because there's so much visibility happening right now, especially for the ones that are born to like use their voice or the intentional storytellers. If you have not been able to fully be seen, it's going to be really challenging to fully step into that magnetic energy. And that part of you that was told to be quiet or to shh, or don't be too weird, or don't be too much, or sit like a lady, or to follow the rules, that part of you is actually the most magnetic. And the most magnetic part of you is the thing that brings in your community. It's the people that want to be in your world. It's the people that want to purchase from you and be in your energy and learn from you. And really sitting with that aspect of, I think, validation of all the parts of you that were always meant to shine. And also being able to have the support system in the community to be held while you navigate that space is a really, really beautiful thing. So I would love for you to find out what type of archetype you are, because that's amazing. And then also, if you do find it out, leave a comment and share which archetype you are. And I'm really, really excited for you to figure it out. And if you would love to join us inside of the broadcast room, where we work on everything nervous system for visibility, really truly bringing not just your marketing, but your messaging and selling your offers to life through your actual unique code, then that's available to you in the show notes as well. And we would love to have you. It's probably one of the most amazing, incredible places. Honestly, just a little toot here. We have I think it's been open for 2.5 weeks, and we have over 200 reviews. And they just keep flooding in of people saying, I have never felt so seen. I've never felt so validated. The way that they're able to create, they're like, I don't have any blockages anymore. I just feel so much more open. And I feel so much, it's just flowing through me. And I'm able to create with such ease. Yeah, it's just an incredible opportunity to see every single person in there really doing the work to come back home to themselves and use their voice and create and market and make marketing fun in a way that feels fun for you. Also, inside of the broadcast room, one of my favorite things is our monthly activation calls, where we meet and I give you so many beautiful tools to answer your questions and to be able to really activate parts of yourself that maybe have been a little quiet, and give you everything that you need to be able to fully show up in your power and use your voice in the most magnetic way possible. Also, our community is quite literally the most amazing and supportive, and also it's literally only $27. So I mean, come on. I'm so happy you're here. Comment your archetype down below. And if you'd like to take the quiz, go ahead. And if you are inside the broadcast room and you're watching this, let me know down in the show notes below. I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you soon. And thank you so much for joining me.